just space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Country Christian, Robin Odom, May, Single Mama 4, Mimi Jean, Janie Reel, Roel. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. Wisconsin Mama. Hope you all are doing good today. Victoria Burgess, Stay Tiger. Long time no see. Nana, sorry I haven't been on. I have had a lot going on. I have too, sweetheart. It's okay. Justice Janie. Hello. Glad to see you here, sweetheart. Welcome to all the new people. Welcome to all my old people. Sassy. I didn't see ICU where she, at the top. I don't know if she's in here yet again or not. She was planning on jumping up on panel with me today, but she has changed her mind, and I believe she's trying to throw Justin under the bus and throw him up here. It's German, and I can't say it either. That's funny. Thank you, single mom. I would assume, I hope I'm not slaughtering your name, but I would say it's Janie Roel, if I had to guess. Kay Sloan, how are you today, sweetheart? You got your new phone back? Or you got your new phone, you're back. Well, I'm glad you're back. And as you can see from the title, guys, not anything in particular, but pretty much just everything that's out there we're going to talk about. Thank you, Robin. That's so sweet, sweetheart. That is greatly appreciated. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to have to get me a little Tinkerbell bell to ring every time I get a donation like that. You know, like in the old It's a Wonderful Life, when every time the angel gets its wings, the bell rings, you know. I'm glad to hear you're better, Kay. We're just giving it a few minutes, guys, letting more and more people get in here. No, that's not how you say it. Well, oh well, we'll just call you Janie. So I'm assuming everybody has seen the new video of the car going into the water, right? Us Texans can't do German. Oh. Hello, Laylee. Glad to see the new people here. And I'm definitely glad to see my normal people here. Just don't get a bell as loud as Miss. Oh, I wouldn't, honey. That's so annoying. I'm sorry, but it is. You're very welcome and well deserved. Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Hello, I see you. So I told everybody I think you're going to sling Justin under the bus today and make him get up here. Did he ever answer whether he was coming or not? Hello, Victoria. Little Texas Tornado. Sonia, so sweet to see you here, sweetie. So did everybody see the new video of the car? I'm assuming you have. There's only been about what, 500 videos been made about it today already. Hello, Joe. And I mean, there's one thing I have to agree with. Unfortunately, I have to agree with Don B about, and that is, we knew the car did wind up in the water. We do know that the phone stopped pinging at 12:33, so it doesn't change any of that. Jason confused. Thank you, sweetheart. See, like I said, I'm gonna have to get me a Tinkerbell so I can tinkle it every time somebody donates to me. Thank you. It is so appreciated. Um, my only question is, okay, guys, we're assuming that is a fire cam, right? It's because it's a national park or a national forestry or whatever you want to call it, and they have to keep cameras on it so they know if fires break out here, there, wherever. Can I ask a silly question? How come they never checked that camera when they were looking for KIELY? I mean, the government or whomever knew it was there. Why didn't they check that camera before now? We love you too, Dazed and Confused. And it's a government agency that runs those cameras and controls them and that has access to them, correct? So, what government agent sent that video out to everybody? I mean, everybody that I've talked to says they don't know where it came from. And why didn't they check it when she went missing and they were looking for her? Why wait all this time, what, almost 2 months now, before they check it? And oops, it just now came about. And how much you want to bet the police are going to say, oh, see, we have proof now. It was an accident. No nefarious steps in us. Come on. I discussed this with somebody earlier, and it would be so easy to fake that video, to edit a video like that, and make those little lights go down, because you can't see the car. You see the headlights. You could make those headlights go straight down to the water and disappear. It's just a thought, guys. I'm just saying, I think it's awfully strange that it's just now coming out. Why wasn't that camera checked when she first went missing? Yeah, I seen that, but no one can go on 110 Ben Hill. Why? Seen what, sweetheart? I missed something. In your opinion, Mom didn't want her found? Thank you, I see you. Thank you, sweetheart. Mom didn't want her found, huh? SF investigators, the only one that I saw that brought it out. Oh, what, that video today? Well, no, evidently the what's something obsessed. She says that she got it in an email and she has no clue where it came from. That Adventures with Nug, I believe it is, it's looking at Summer's case. I'm starting to wonder if Ellie and Mom didn't want her found. I swear. Why else would they get mad when she was found? Why else hold up the reward? I guarantee Ellie already seen that. But like I thought from the get-go, they are corrupt and had kids at the party. Cover up, right? There are no trespassing signs on the Wells property. Yeah, but in the state of Tennessee, Joe, they have to be posted every so many feet or they do not count. Either the no trespassing signs, purple paint on the tree, or purple ribbons have to be hung every so many feet or it doesn't count. Yeah, the private investigator I saw on Twitter, he got mad and then he was saying that everybody was blaming the family and that we needed to blame LE. Wow. In my opinion, nobody wanted her found, and once she was AWP found her, mom gets PO'd and don't want to hand over the reward, right? I agree with you, ICU. Her parents do need to talk to parents that haven't had their children found and see what it's like. At least they do have closure, and they got to lay her to rest and say goodbye. I don't know if it counts for the purple mailbox or not, but yeah, in the state of Tennessee, it's either a purple ribbon or purple paint on the tree or the no trespassing signs. Yeah, that lets hunters or anybody like that know this is private property and you can't hunt on this property. You can't trespass. Adventures with Nug is supposed to come look for Summer, but I'm afraid he's just going to be restricted at every turn. Well, you never know until they go up there. Let's hope he's not going to be like everybody else, which was Ronnie Lawson says don't come, and they just leave it at that and don't come. I mean, there's got to be some way around that. They can't stop people from looking in public, like public waterways and whatnot. But if they don't try, they're never going to know. I have never seen parents act so ungrateful of their daughter being. I know. We were talking about, me and my sister were talking about that today. Oh, AWP is supposed to be coming to look for Summer? I thought it was Adventures with Nug. I knew purple mailbox, but didn't know signs had to be so many feet unless, no, they have to be so many feet apart. I mean, or together, You can't like put a no trespassing sign at the bottom of the driveway and then that's it. And one at the other side of the hill. No, it has to be, I forget exactly, probably maybe every 4 feet, every 5 feet, something like that. Hang on one second. We'll find out real quick. Purple paint law. It's called the purple paint law. And it's a class C felony or misdemeanor if you don't abide by it, $50 fine and up to 30 days in jail. I'm trying to see how many feet apart. It says it's for the hunting, but it's okay. Um, says and no, come on. I'm not seeing it, guys, but it's in here. Anyways, yes, Nana has merch. Not a whole lot, but Nana does have merch. I agree. What parents of a missing child goes out to eat and sure didn't like hearing the news. Hello, Diana P. Searchers can look at private property by permission of the owners, and Lawson can't stop them. Right. But if the people wanting to come and search don't come on after Ronnie Lawson tells them not to, they're never going to know if they have permission from the property owners. That's what I'm saying. Like the bikers, he stopped them before they ever even left their own hometown and told them don't bother coming. And so they didn't. Nug is going to look in the river by the bridge. I hope so too. I hope he looks for that box as well. They do need to hand the Summers case over. I think the U.S. Marshals and stuff need to come in here and check in on it. Well, you know what? I don't think Dawn and Candace has bothered putting up no trespassing signs on the backside of their property. Oops. Didn't realize I was on their property. I so wished I had a vehicle that I could go up there in. Really? It has to have a sign with it? Huh. We have the purple paint law in North Carolina. I didn't even know till I caught a guy deer hunting in my backyard and called the game warden. And she told me about it, right? Let's go. I'll see you. I'll go. I don't care one bit. And I'm telling y'all, it's only trespassing if they have those signs up. And it's only trespassing if they've told you not to be on their property. If they haven't told you not to be on their property, what can they do the first time you're caught? They tell you to get off your property. It's not like you broke a law because you've never been told not to be on their property. I agree. True, it ain't going to help nobody. And that's the way it should be here. They should smash the doors down. In Britain, they smash doors down if they want to get in. They are allowed to go close a crime scene down without warning. And it should be that way here. Hello, Auntie M. Has anybody heard anything else about the Debbie Collier case? I wish I could go to Ben Hill. I would walk the creek. They can't say anything about trespassing signs on and not. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, and by the way, I want to get this out there while there's a few people in here. Guys, and please, if you hear anybody else talking about it, I'm not perfect. I made a mistake on that video the other day. I was thinking about Clyda Trent stating that she came up here the 21st of December. And when I said fact, Summer Wells went missing the 21st of June. I have not heard the end of that. You would not believe the most creative ways people have said that I'm crazy because I said the 21st. It was a mistake. Everybody can make mistakes, guys. I misspoke. I've been wanting to go for a long time. Had a trip planned with Justin and Molly in April, but had to cancel because it was Easter weekend. Well, honey, anytime you want to go, you just come right on up here. Let me know where to meet you at. I'll meet you on 40 somewhere and we'll head on up there. Not a problem. I don't care one bit to go. Not one bit. And one more thing I'd like to point out, guys. Everybody keeps saying, well, why would they secretly send Summer, allegedly, if they did send Summer with Clyda Trent? Why would they do it secretly? They could have just sent her. Well, if CPS was involved and CPS was coming to check on those children, and you up and send one away to another state with somebody else, guess what? CPS is going to say, you bring that child right back here. We want to see that child. So you can't just up and send a child away if CPS is already involved. It don't work like that. And everybody keeps telling me she's way too old to be taking care of a child. How could she do? Well, if she's got plenty enough money, honey, if she can't do something for the child, I'm sure she can hire plenty of people to do it. What mean that she's not? Nobody knows whether she's with Clyde or Trent or not. I was putting that out there. In my opinion, that is the most logical explanation. I mean, everything falls into place with it. I'm telling you guys, she was here. It falls into place with everything Dawn and Candace said. There was opportunity, motive, And Dawn and Candace has been, they did make a trip to Utah on their way to California or on their way back. Dawn did take off and go and stay in Utah for 3 days after Summer went missing. I mean, and we all thought it was a little weird, for them to go up there and place memorial rocks up there for her. The child had never even seen the state of Utah. Nana, DW, and CBW married in Clyda Trent's house. She married them. Well, not according to their marriage license, but yeah, I agree with you. If they got married in her house, she could have very well said the words and had someone else sign the paper. Very, very logical, and they want to go back to Utah. Exactly. They're dying to get to Utah, aren't they? There's got to be a reason. Oh, and I saved it. I meant to send it to my computer. But there was a lady commented on my video the other day, and she said, this is strange because I live in Pleasant Grove, Utah. She said, and I've never heard of this case. So that's proof. There are those people up there. Summer could probably walk right in front of them, and they would never have a clue who she was. I thought went to Knoxville a couple of days after someone went missing on a binge. Didn't know it was YouTube. No, he went to Knoxville once too. Well, I'm telling you guys, anytime y'all want to go, you just let me know when you're heading this way. I'll figure out where you're wanting to meet at, and I'll meet you there, and we'll go. Well, see, the thing about it is, guys, if for some reason a year, 2 years down the road, Summer shows up, she's all healed up, there's no scar tissue or anything, that proves they didn't harm their daughter. That proves they didn't do away with their daughter. And she just miraculously, evidently, she escaped from the abductors. And if there is any scar tissue after a year or two, all they have to say is, well, the abductors must have harmed her after they got her. That proves they didn't harm their child. So therefore, any charges the law, DCS, or anybody else has against them has to be dropped, which means their boys have to be returned to them because they were taken under false pretenses. Honey, I've thought he was involved since the get-go. I'm 2 hours away from Rogersville, and very few people I know haven't heard of Summer. Meaning they have heard of her, but we're here in Tennessee. We're not 3-4 states away, honey. 28 hours away. In Utah, it's not going to be that big of a deal. You're in Carter County? Okay, well, my email is out there, and if not, one of my mods can drop it for me real quick, or I can put it out there, but we can all get together and decide where to meet up, and we can go. I don't care one bit. Or if you each want to go individually, I'll go with each and every one of you. Nor Candace, nor Dawn, nor none of the rest of them scare me. They are just hillbillies, and I'm telling y'all, they're scared to death of going to jail. You really think they're going to pull a gun out on somebody? I will go just over the Tennessee line from Sullivan County, Tennessee. I'm in Virginia now, but let's go. All right, single mama form. Absolutely. They are. How long after a person goes missing with nobody does a person officially be declared dead. 7 years. Unless you can go in and prove it in a court of law before then that you have reason to believe that they're not coming back. I don't think there's ever been a time that there's ever been somebody tried to prove that their child was dead if they weren't. You're a local to Rogersville? I'm a local, finally seen a flyer at Priceless of summer. And Priceless is one of the places that her mom went. That's just unbelievable. Well, like I said, a while back I had thought about trying to do this, and now that I'm in my house and stuff and things are starting to settle down a little bit, I might be able to do it. Start calling around to the local sheriffs, the local counties or area, the counties close to Hawkins County that surround it, and see how many sheriff's departments honestly know about Summer or honestly have her picture out there. I'll almost guarantee you they don't. The ones in Sevier County didn't know anything about her. And the ones that I talked to in Cott County, now granted, I didn't go in to the sheriff's department and say, hey, do you have her picture up? But I talked to some of the officers, and it was only because they're on YouTube themselves that they knew anything at all about Summer. Oh, okay. Hang on a second, honey, and I'll put it in here. I'm dropping it in the chat, okay? Just click on it and copy and paste. There you go. Thank you, May May. Was watching an update yesterday about Hawkins County on the radio. They need. Were you really now, Stay Tiger? I thought you was a brilliant young man. I never knew you could watch radio. But anyways, didn't finish watching it though. Well, I would hope you didn't, seeing how it was on the radio. I'm just messing with you, Stay. Trust me, I'm just. Michelle Reed, yeah, I see you. I've lived in Hawkins County for 25 years and moved to Kingsport. I'm about 15 minutes away from Ben Hill. Ellie needs to really buckle down. This is a missing child. Why can't they do the same response they did for the Carly Trent? Because, is it a possibility? Yes, that's a great idea, Dazed and Confused. I've got that. I have that lady that commented that she had never heard of the case. I've got her name and stuff. I'll see if I can't get a hold of her. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, I done forgot what I was going to say now. I done forgot what I was going to say. Oh, wow. Michelle Reed Duncan, single mama 4, does Beach Creek or Ben Hill. We've got Beach Hill here. Really have a bad reputation? Honey, it can't be no worse than Cott County. Hello, Suzette. Have I been following the Quentin Simon case? He has been missing over 24 hours now. I believe I shared the thing on my community tab. No, I've not done a video on him yet, though. But that is sad. He's, 20 months old? And they're looking around the neighborhood like he walked off? Come on. 24 days till Dawn walks out. Don't know how far he will walk. Maybe into handcuffs in a police car full of officers taking him to a new destination in Utah. Single mom says, yes, it has a bad reputation. Days, yep, I know MGL and JLR put flyers up and others did. Someone take them down, they put them back up. Little boy's mom told the grandpa that his dad picked him up. Something really weird's going on with that case. Hi, Debbie Z. You're not late, honey. Anytime. Nobody's late here. CP, is there anybody can find me a record where it actually says CPS, the court date is on the 28th or the 26th of October? Because all I'm going on is where, hello, Kuma, is where Don B was referencing the case that was heard last year and supposedly to be a year from then. Yeah, he went missing at 6 something, and the mom didn't bother calling law until 9 something. Yes, Kuma, I'm feeling better, sweetheart. Hello, Grandma D. At 5:30, they texted the babysitter and said they didn't need her. I told Ellie the last time I saw him was at 6 a.m. Huh. The grandmother said they didn't trust her daughter on what could have happened. Very sad. Grandfather said there was no way he could have gotten out of the house on his own. Waiting to report the missing. They better start checking the creeks and stuff nearby their house and the septic tanks too. I hate to say that. Yeah, I would have to say, I'm sorry, but I would have to say they did. Lilani, that's a pretty name. The mom just had another baby in July. And I've got that right. He's 20 months old, correct? Yep, Quentin Simon. The family is all concerned and begging for his return, except the bio mother and her boyfriend. Wasn't that the way it normally runs? You can. I'm back up at my sister's. My brother-in-law has to go in for surgery tomorrow, so I'm staying the night so I can go to the hospital with them tomorrow. To help say a few extra prayers, make sure everything goes right. That's why you hear the birdies. I'm out on her back porch. Yeah, in Kingsport is pretty bad because in Sullivan, it's either in Kingsport or in Sullivan County 1. There's over 600 RSOs. While they needed a search warrant for the house, not looking good for this baby. Too many sorry ass parents out there. I agree, and I didn't know they needed a search warrant for the house. I guess so that just in case they find something, nobody can holler that it was gotten illegally. That's why they get the search warrant. Thank you, May May. Thank you, Kuma. I'll let him know. You guys remember my sister walking with T? She started doing those videos and then one thing led to another, so she wound up having to quit. It's her husband. Have we heard anything else on Debbie Collier's daughter? Have they done anything? Have they? I hate to say it, but I have to. I'm not saying it's not the daughter. I'd say she definitely is involved, but I'd say that Steve is involved also. Thank you, Debbie Z. I'll let him know, honey. Search warrant should have been slammed on the Wells the day Summer was reported missing. I agree. As soon as whatever it was that caused them to turn Summer's case into an Amber Alert, that's when Dawn and Candace should have went to jail. Because as we have seen in all these other cases, so I'm glad they did put an Amber Alert out on her, don't get me wrong, but she did not hold all the criteria to have an Amber Alert. So something happened the night of the 15th into the morning of the 16th for them to have changed it from an endangered child to an Amber Alert. And it was some piece of information, more than likely, they reviewed the 911 calls. And in my opinion, Dawn and Candace should have went to jail right then until they found that baby. Oh, wait. They'd have still been sitting in jail, wouldn't they? You're going to have to start keeping notes. You can see how YouTube turns into a full-time job. Absolutely. It really does. Thank you, single mom. Right. Debbie C. Yeah, boyfriend. Well, her daughter's boyfriend got a large amount of money. But now what we heard in the chat the other day, remember, guys, we heard, I don't know who it was that said it, but remember, they said that all the other times before when she got money from her mom, it came out of her mom's bank account or Venmo account, whatever, however it works. This time, that money, that $2,000 and something came out of the stepdad's account. Don't we find that a little questionable? Hello, kitty cat. Glad to see you here, hon. Hello, Miss Kathy. Okay, hello, everyone. Doesn't it mean if there is an Amber Alert that possibly a child is taken from the state? No, it doesn't mean that they're taken from the state. But the criteria for an Amber Alert is they have to have the description of the child. The child has to be 17 years or younger, and either or both, they have to have a description of the person who could have took them and or the description of a vehicle that they were took in. And those are the two things that we do not have in Summer's case. And that's why I question what was on the 911 calls. Because as far as we know now, that is the only thing that happened between the time they put the endangered child alert out and the time that they put the Amber Alert out was that they reviewed the 911 calls. I mean, it wasn't like anybody showed up and said, oh, hey, I remember her getting in a vehicle. They didn't even say anything about an odd vehicle until the 26th, I believe it was, is when that red truck was brought up. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was over 600 in Sullivan County. Summer and Callie do consume a lot of time. They do. I thought an Amber Alert only went out if they had some kind of a description of the vehicle or person seen. That's right. That's what it is. And they don't have that in Summer's case. They never have had that. Yeah, well, and yeah, of course they have to be in or feel like they have going to be in danger, bodily harm or death. is what it says. You think Debbie might have been wanting to cut her daughter off financially, and that might be what it was? Let me tell you guys something. I still say, and I mean, I've argued with people, including my own sister today, about this. That statement that she sent with that Venmo payment, I still say that it doesn't read, "They won't let me go. Love you." I think it reads, they're not, basically, I'm saying it, I'm rewording it, and I don't mean it that way, but I'm just trying to get my meaning across. They're not going to let me go. I love you. The key's by the door if you need it. I don't think that was a secret code or some nefarious, somebody's got me holding me. I think her daughter said something to her, or maybe Debbie was planning, maybe her husband had a way to get her into the game, and maybe that person wasn't working that day, so therefore she wasn't going to get to go to the game. She texted her daughter and said, "Hey, well, evidently I can meet up with you. They're not going to let me go. I love you. Keys in the blue flower pot by the door." I don't think there's a nefarious thing about that message. I really don't, guys. In the good old days, someone would smack the truth out of them. Oops, did I say that? Yep, you did, Urkel. Like that sofa was full of DNA, and Don got it gone. Hello, remain calm. Leslie Earhart said that they would not release what info they were given that changed the endangered alert into the Amber. I know. And that tells you right there there's something up. Give you 5 minutes with Candace. Are you going to help her fix her hair, Mimi Jean? Nana, have you heard the sad case from HR about or from Harsh about Sean Daughtry? I have not listened to Harsh in a while, but it's like Discovering said a minute ago. With these other cases, I mean, guys, I've been working on the Summer case, the KIELY case, the KIELY case, the what was it, Jessica HEERINGA, Yaron Kathuri, QADR Williamson. Oh, that was something I wanted to tell you guys about. I wish his Sally was in here. His Sally was doing some checking on the QADR Williamson, because there is a statement out there from an official, a state representative, that says she was found, she's safe and sound. Well, when his Sally called the sheriff's department, they said, no, she is still missing. We do not know why he put that out there. So his Sally called the state representative and got a hold of him and spoke with him. And he says it's because the investigating detective in that case says he has laid eyes on QADR Williamson. Okay, well, if you've laid eyes on her, then she's not missing. No, she's still missing. Well, where is she at? Oh, I can't say. This is the state representative talking to the detective. I can't say where she's at. Well, is she safe? I can't say. Well, then how is she still missing if you know where she's at? You've laid eyes on her. Well, because of the state of Pennsylvania, that's the way they do things. If she's not living in the home that she disappeared from, she's still ruled as missing. The detective on her case knows where she's at, has seen her physically. This is a 10-year-old little girl. He has seen her. Did not get the child and bring her back. Left her where she was at, and says that nobody can know where she's at or how she's doing. Does that sound right to you guys? Single mom. You're going to do her fingernails for her while Whatchamadoodle does her hair, aren't you? Takes more than 5 minutes to do a manicure, guys. I do not think Candace and Dawn are smart enough to pull off, to be honest. If they did, they had help. What, as far as giving her to Clyde or Trent? If she was a foster kid, I think she might have been removed and placed in a better place. But wouldn't they have told the foster mom? Nobody in that town. They still have residents. That little girl's only been gone missing for a year this month. And there are people in that town still writing the state representative, still writing the governor. They're doing everything they can to try to find this child. When the investigating detective knows where this child is at and will not tell. Mom and stepdad had issued an eviction notice to mom of missing Quentin. What? Mom and stepdad had issued an eviction notice, had received an eviction notice to mom of missing Quentin. Also, something about some child support for either Quentin or the oldest son. Trying to put it out as I read it. Oh, okay. It is messed up, and no, it don't sound right. And it's his Sally was supposed to send me the phone numbers and stuff, and I was going to call myself, but she hasn't done that yet. Of course she's busy. She has little ones of her own that she has to deal with, and she has her own channel. You think I'm right? You think Clyda has her? Nana went on Jody Sue's panel last night and asked her some questions. Did you get any answers? You really think she needs a pedicure now too, honey? Or does she need some just etiquette lessons? That's what you're needing that bat for. Etiquette lessons, huh? Do I need Clyda's number? If you want to send me Clyda's number, that's fine. I don't think she would actually tell us the truth, but we might be able to get an interview with her. I've often wondered if Ellie knows where Summer is. I believe he does. I absolutely believe he does. Suzette, what questions did you ask her? And did she answer? She needs a boob reduction. Who is Clyda? Clyda is one of the land barons out of Hawkins County who now lives in Utah, not far from Don Wells's dad. She was Don Wells's mother's best friend. Jody Sue knows something or is just an piece of crap, but more than likely is both. And y'all remember Marlena did say that her daughter came back saying that they were packing Summer's clothes, 3-4 days before she disappeared, that she was going on a little trip. Remember that? And everybody thinks I'm crazy for saying I think Clyda has this child. Do you have Clyda's number? If not, I can get it and send it to Nana. Yeah, a lot of us do think that he knows where she's at. Oh, that's what I was going to say a while ago. The difference between Carly Trent's missing person and Summer. Let's see. Hang on. The reason he allowed everybody to search for Carly was because was there anybody that was going to look on Ronnie Lawson's property or his brother's property for a missing child? No. But now that that's where she was at, let's see, would anybody go looking for another missing child in that area in the same place? Possibly. And maybe that's why he won't let anybody look now, this time around. My opinion, allegedly, guys. What did Zero say? I missed it. Maybe Clyda still has an old house phone. Call. Maybe Summer will answer the phone. Check white pages. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, she's only lived up there since she moved up there between 2018 and 2019. So I don't know if she would have a house phone up there or not. I just don't think DNC would be able to just dispose of Summer. I believe the emotions they have shown are not saying child missing, but more like child is safe. Exactly. Kathy, I pray this all be over soon too. It does all make sense. Nana, it makes perfect sense. In my mind, anyways, I can see it clearly in my head. Making all these people out here that are complaining to me that she's too old. I mean, we've got an old woman who's driving 28 hours across country, but yet she's too old to look after a 6-year-old. 6-year-olds aren't that hard to look after. You just got to feed them. Tell them when it's time to get in the bathtub. I mean, you don't even have to give them a bath. They can give their own self a bath. Hire them a tutor for schoolwork. They don't seem very worried about her. Nana, I can get any house phone number and cell numbers too. LOL, I'm looking now. Well, thank you, sweetheart. They're saying that she's too old to watch a 6-year-old. Exactly. She has money. Money buys pretty much everything. And that you got to admit. And everybody's like, well, who would go up there and see Summer and not call the law? Well, let's see. If you were going in and having to babysit and somebody was paying you, say, $2,000 a month to come in and take care of a kid every day, it may look a little fishy for a 70-something-year-old woman to have a great niece that she's having to look after. But you're getting $2,000 a month. You're really going to call the law just on a iffy thing and lose that guaranteed $2,000 a month? I don't think so. Same as in the tutoring thing. They hire a tutor to come in and teach your school. If they're paying the person enough, that person ain't going to open their mouth. Especially if it's a fine, fancy house and obviously the child is getting looked after. I mean, think about it. Put this in your own mind. If you knew you saw Summer out there and she's in a fine, fancy house getting the best of everything and she's being looked after, and if you call the law, she's going to be sent back to Tennessee, possibly go back to Dawn and Candace, or possibly go into foster care, and you're getting paid basically to keep your mouth shut and to look after that child yourself, would you turn her in? I can't say that I would. Not if I knew she was okay. My mom was in her 70s and was very active with my daughters. I know money talks. Money talks for a lot of people, especially in this day and age. I mean, look at the price of food and gas and everything, guys. There is a lady named Diana Long. Where'd that go? There's a lady that perhaps lives with her named Diana Long. that's already been checked into. Right? She could be. I mean, Dawn said she looked great when she showed up in court. Got cleaned up, nice and hair dyed, and actually said she looked like she was fixing to go on a date. Nana, I'm texting you Clyda's cell phone or number last reported in September 2020. Her landlines are in 423, last reported January, but we know she's probably in Utah. Right. Now you want to go to Utah? Well, I'm up for that trip too. Exactly, Robin. I can't say I would either, Nana. All you got to do is look at where Summer was. And you'd also have to consider the fact that if she got returned, then possibly the boys would be returned too. If she didn't get returned, the boys won't ever be returned. In my opinion, they won't. Well, I see you. I guess Justin backed out, huh? Justin's scared of me. Yeah, it's Hawkins County, but it's also here where I live too. That's the area code for here. Only the counties, let me tell you, only the counties that border Knox County have 61 or have the 865 number. Clyda's cell number. Should we call it? Put a 1 in chat if you want me to call, guys. I think Clyda was pretty active for 77. I think she was on Dawn's on the 15th, but she goes by their script too. I think she still stays in touch with Dawn in jail. Okay, guys. Well, listen up then. What am I supposed to ask her? It's dialing.
Google-Fi subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hello, Miss Trent. My name is Myra Hurst. If you would mind, please give me a call back at area code 865-951. Whoa, I almost did that, didn't I, guys? Yeah, darn. Boy, I almost gave out my phone number, and I said I almost did that, didn't I, guys, on the end of her message. So I really messed that up. What is whose thoughts on what happened? Get my granddaughter to call? She don't recognize the number. Yeah. Oh, I asked what to ask her. Yeah. Oh, does she have contact with Dawn and Candace? What is her thoughts on what happened this summer? Okay, I got you now. I understand. Yeah, but we can keep calling back. Yeah, me too. But of course, I have a list in my phone of YouTubers that have my number, and it's like 38 people have my number off YouTube, and I talk to most of them. Most of you people in here have my phone number. I'm like old, what is it off Toy Story? You made a friend for life, or whatever that is. I almost did, guys. I hated giving my name out, but y'all most of y'all know that one too. Well, I was sitting here when it was ringing. I was thinking that she would say 423 because I don't know why I was thinking I had a 423 number, and she would think it was somebody local that she knew and pick up. But then I realized mine's 865 area code. Okay, Discovery. Thank you. You know nothing. You do too. You're flibbing, Kathy. Yes, you have a friend in me. That's going to become my new slogan. You have a friend in me. Or like the Chucky doll. What's the slogan that Chucky says? You want to be my friend? Okay, we're going to try this one again. Okay, guys. She sent me the house phone number. I'm not going to leave a message this time, though. That way I don't screw up. Wow. It said it was an invalid number and it gave that funky sound, guys. Mm. Chucky says friends to the end. There you go. Well, we'll do the Toy Story and the Chucky. You have a friend in me. We're friends to the end. It was. It was like that was something weird. I agree. A wiretap. I don't think it would have not let us connect if it was tapped. I mean, I think it would have allowed us to connect so we could have talked. But it just came up and said invalid number, and then started beeping even after I hung up. It was still beeping. Hey, have y'all seen the commercial for the new Chucky movie coming out? That's real life people in this. I mean, like Chucky and Tiffany are real life people. They're not dolls anymore. Well, if anybody calls back, I'll just ask them for a interview. I tell you what I would like to do. I would like, before he gets out, I would love to go up there and visit Don in jail. Thank you, Linda Wilson. It is greatly appreciated. Everything that you guys do is greatly appreciated. Even in watching the videos to the end is very much appreciated. Did you by chance see the video John Davis put out of the difference in Summer's pictures that look just a few months apart? Sad, actually. No, I seen where he was talking about doing one, but I haven't watched the one he put out today. Lord, no, I spent the morning, because I knew I was doing this live. I spent the morning watching crafting videos because I love like fall crafts and Christmas crafts, and I love to craft. And then I was watching the KIELY RODNI car going into the lake and discussing it and trying to figure out if somebody could have edited that video to stop all the speculation. If they edited the video that just somehow or another just now came out after all this time to show KIELY RODNI's car going into the water at exactly 12:33, the minute her phone pinged the last time, then the cops could say, oops, see, it was an accident, nothing nefarious going on. You YouTubers need to just go on about your business. How much you want to bet they'll have a press conference the next couple of days, and that's exactly what they'll say. And you heard it first here, guys. Hello, sick and tired. How are you doing, darling? Hello, Hatties. The downhill part one think had a lot to do with C. Been making candles and wax melts here. I lost my motivation to crochet. I do this for a little while and it gets on my nerves, and I'll do that for a little while and then it'll get on my nerves. And my drawing, I can draw for a while and then it's just like it goes away, and it'll be another year or so before I pick up drawing again. Sometimes I read books. I'll get on a kick to read books. Oh, if you guys are talking about the car going into the lake, it says I watched it on Zav's channel, and it's a live webcam. She had to put in the date and time, so I don't know if they could edit it. Professionals could edit it, but the thing about that is, discovering, is that's a government camera. It's a fire cam. It is out there for the national park to watch for fires, so they can be alerted to fires in the national park so it don't burn the whole park down. Government officials or whomever takes care of the park rangers, whatever, are the only ones allowed to get to that camera and have that feed. So my first number one question, and I would love it for you guys to get this out there, but please give me credit for this question. When she went missing, they knew the camera was there. Why did they not check it? If they had checked that camera the day she went missing, they'd have known what happened to her. Right? And in all the time since she went missing, in all the time it's been since they found her, why is that video just now coming to light? I mean, you're telling me they only check it once every 2 months? That don't sound right. So somebody had to have seen it. Oh, that's what else I was going to say. Yeah, Gray put he put a daylight filter on his. So if you guys want to go watch it, it almost looks like it's daytime. You can see everything a whole lot more clear, except for the fact you can't actually see the car. You just see a set of headlights going down the bank and then disappearing into the water. Hence why I'm saying there's a possibility it could have been edited and that set of lights edited in there. Because, I mean, why, after all this time, they're just now coming out with this video, and it just so happens that that car goes into the lake and disappears at exactly 12:33. Your phone pings every so often off the towers. It don't just ping right before it's dead. But for some strange odd reason in that video, it pinged right when it went dead. Just sorry, I'm a very skeptical person. Even if the lights are showing going towards the water, still doesn't mean KIELY is in the driver. Exactly, that's true. That's 100% true. I remember on TD's channel when he interviewed Sammy, he asked her if there are cameras at the campground, and she said no. She didn't want people to know, or she didn't know. I think it could be the lights were turned off as the car stopped. It may have been. Did anybody see that Megan interview? That woman that was on Melissa Sutton or Michelle Sutton's channel, and then Zab Girl did a, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the word now, but she goes over the video. She narrates a reaction video to it, I guess is what you would call it. That woman. Now, Don B seems to think that that woman was hired to put a story out there to keep this all going. I don't. I sit and watch nearly 2 hours of it, and I plan on doing a reaction video myself just on what this woman said. This woman, she would be a prosecutor's prize witness. She has just sunk Sammy's butt and probably a few other teenagers by what she said on that interview. And you can't even call it an interview because Michelle really didn't get to talk to her. Every time Michelle tried to say something, this woman talked over her. And this woman just continuously keeps spilling information, like the fact that she told Sammy what to say and what not to say. She went over every possible question that anybody could ever ask Sammy and made sure Sammy had it all lined up and ready to know what to say during the interviews. And that she stuck with every question and every answer. She got it all correct so that she wasn't messing up when she went on different channels. I mean, this woman you would not believe the stuff this woman was saying. I don't know who lies more, Sammy or Megan. LOL, I think she's trying to be damage control, but she's just damage. Exactly. 100% damage. And even if what she's saying isn't true, she has screwed up so many times just in the 2 hours that I was watching. Oh, my Lord. And if they're not too dumb to go get her and make her tell what she knows, I don't understand how this video suddenly came up now when Megan had recently said about the kids and what was happening. Right. Remember, she tells the story about the girls at the store supposedly seeing the lights go into the water. Now it comes out. She didn't pretty much do it. She admitted she coached her. Yeah, Megan is another Jody Sue Brown, attention grabber and nutcase. And the only problem is she's the opposite of Jody Sue because you can't shut this woman up. Not I've heard a couple of psychics say Kylie mom bought the alcohol. Well, the way that Megan woman talked, she sort of talked like she was actually at the party herself. And she definitely admits to being at the team meetings, the teen to teen talks. Oh, she only went there to talk to Sammy. She obviously couldn't wait until the teen to teen meetings were over. So she had to go during them. And then she tried to say that all the kids were like brothers and sisters that were out there. They were so close. They all grew up together. And then 30 minutes later, she's like, well, they didn't even know each other. And then she said that one dude knew Kylie, has known her just as long as I. Well, okay. Well, he met her and he knew her. And he slept in the car right next to her. And then when he woke up, she was gone. And then they went and tested the theory to make sure. And I don't think she was checking to make sure whether you could or couldn't hear a car running to see if it was true. I think she went out there to check and see if that was a story that was plausible that they could get away with telling. Megan was probably, and that's what I'm thinking too. She was probably the head cleaner. Absolutely. I think they called her to help deal with the situation after everything went bad. Just the way she talked just gave me that opinion. That she was that kind of mom that would go and help those kids, because then she was, oh, well, they're innocent, they wouldn't do this, they wouldn't do that. And then she admits that Sammy lied to her and said that, because she asked Sammy, why would you ask a teenager if the party was advertised? What kids advertise a party? But anyways, if the party was advertised, and Sammy told her no, and then come to find out, guess what, it was advertised. So then she was mad at Sammy because Sammy had evidently lied to her. Yeah, she talked about the town and how inclusive the whole town is. Did y'all catch that too? I'm shook at this video because why did this video of the cars only just come out? It's weird. The problem is it's going to divide the crime community. You think so? Well, I'm sure ain't nobody hit on what I suggested so far, so hopefully I won't be on either side if they do start arguing. I mean, I know there's a possibility that video could have been edited simply to get everybody to shut up about it being a homicide or whatever. I'll almost bet money that law enforcement will be coming out in the next few days saying that they have come, all the toxicology reports and everything's come back, and along with the footage that they just recently found, it was ruled an accident. Has anybody noticed how they talk about being trained? Who trains them, right? No criminals ever tell the truth, but they lie so much. They start to tell truths among the lies. Well, like I always say, there's a little bit of truth in every lie that's told. And sometimes they don't mean to let that truth come out, but sometimes they let it slip. Right. It's October 6th, so it's been 2 months. And you're telling me for 2 months they never went and bothered to check that cam, knowing that there was a missing child in that area. I believe we need to get a hold of the Park Service. I think I'll make that phone call tomorrow. I'd like to know who's in charge. So much cover up in the KIELY case, there's no one you can believe. I believe it. I would like to know who is in charge of those cameras, who's in charge of that area, and who let that video slip for 2 months. And if they didn't let the video slip, then obviously they hid it for 2 months. Because that should have been one of the first pieces of evidence that come out. Like I said, if they'd have bothered checking it, they would have found her that very day. In Megan's interview, she slipped up and said, my son is 18 and him and Sammy are the same. She stopped herself because Sammy's not 18 and says they graduated together. The narrative has completely changed. I'm still going to keep my opinion of foul play. Yes, Fruden slipped. We need to know about the black box of Kylie's car, right? You're going to watch the replay. Just got back from the call. Okay, that's fine, honey. You didn't miss much except we tried to call Clyde or Trent. Are you interested in that? I want to go see Don Wells in jail. I don't know why. Dr. Tom Stanton says he wants to go up there and see him, but he don't think Ronnie Lawson will let him. But Ronnie Lawson technically is not supposed to be controlling who the inmates see. I didn't see a video with the kids in it. And no, I didn't see no 400 kids. Yes, maybe we will. We will find out the truth for her, hopefully. Even when the cops come out and say it was an accident, we're going to keep digging. It was, they haven't come back with the black box info yet. There's a guy that's been out here trying to get clicks and views by putting out all kinds of, he talked about the black box the other day saying that the info was back, or he had info about the black box in Kylie's car. And all it was he repeated what other YouTubers have already said about what the function of a black box is. Then he put one out today or yesterday. Here's what really happened with Kylie. This is the whole deal. This is the kit and caboodle. And then he gets on there and says, well, this is what I think happened, and that's what we're going to go with. It's just clicks and views. I would love to see AWP's footage. I'm positive there is one over at Boca. Bet you it won't be for long, though. I'm sure somebody will get it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He is so lonesome sitting in there. He's in solitary confinement, guys. Come on. Unless he's getting special privileges and getting to see people, but still, even that's still just an hour a day or an hour a week. He will welcome anybody that's going to come in there and talk to him. Came from California Forest Department. Yeah. I wonder how much that person's going to get in trouble. I don't think they're allowed to hand that shit out to YouTubers. No, you can't. Not for Hawkins County. They're not signed up for that, May. That's the first thing I've done. I've already tried that. They're not in that program. You can't visit them online. I tried that. Have you seen how some of these channels are making AWP look like they are just out of money? It makes me sick. Guys, let me tell you something. I guarantee you they get some of the best advertisements that YouTube gets, okay? And even if they didn't, if they averaged $5 for every 1,000 views, look at all the views they get. Trust me, that's a shit ton of money, which I'm not knocking them at all. They are worth every penny of it. And they do still have to have a paycheck and feed their families and whatever. Save for their retirement. But those guys get a shit ton of money. I don't care how much, because that most of that equipment they have to buy, you only buy it once. So the rest of it goes for profit or to, gas to go to the next spot, whatever. But trust me, they're not needing money. They're good to go. What was the GoFundMe money for? What did they put the GoFundMe thing out there for? Seeing how they're rich anyways. I 100% believe they earned that money. I believe 100% they need to get that reward. And I still say, I told everybody the other day, if you have not went and signed that petition so that they can receive that reward, please go find it and sign it. Because yes, they found her. I signed the petition that's out on someone else's channel for AWT. Yeah, I did too. Did you notice the after video and how someone was there and picked up after a car went in? I didn't notice it, but Don B did. We were sitting and both of us was watching it at the same time, and he was telling me about it. Yes. It figures she didn't give him one red penny. Is Xanax lady GoFundMe still up? She had one to bring her family here, but it was still up after they got here. Well, dang, should I just set me up a GoFundMe so I can have me a housewarming party when I get everything settled and lights on and all that crap? These people just blow me away. I'm serious. You do GoFundMes for kids who need operations, and if a family's house burns down and they've got kids in the house, and that's what GoFundMes are for. GoFundMes are to pay for funerals when a family don't have the money to put their loved one in the ground. Hello, Brookie. I just realized that was you, sweetheart. You got any new news for us? Hello, Miss Carrie. You got good gossip for us, Brookie? Cash cowing and milking the money trains. I had to step away from people for that. CCTV and cameras should have been the first things checked. My husband said the fire camera was too far away to recognize any of the lights. It could have been a car that drove down there and stopped. And then, yeah, nobody thought about that. Here's another brilliant idea that please give me credit for. The newer cars, that their lights don't just shut off. They go dim after you shut the car off, and they just go dim until they turn out. That could have very well been what it was. On any case, sweetheart, Debbie Collier, the Summer Wells, just any good gossip or truthful information. We'll take anything. We'll even take facts if that's all you've got. Come on. But you know YouTube don't run on facts. YouTube runs on gossip. That's what fuels this tank around here. I'm heartbroken over that poor baby too, honey. Okay, I just checked and it's still up, but it now says for Sophia's future and it's up to $5,945. I bet that's why she inserted herself. Probably. Guys, y'all know I'm joking about the rumors and stuff. But Brookie, yeah, if you have any information, we'd love to hear it. I don't know what you guys know or don't, so I can't say I do, darn it. But I have put things together. You want to jump up here real quick? If we've heard it before, it ain't gonna hurt to hear it for us to hear it again. And if we ain't heard it, then we'll enjoy it that much more. I'll drop the link if you want to come up, sweetheart. I'm broken for Kylie. She needs justice. And how will that happen now? Also, I think it will be brushed under the rug like everything else. You have gossip, May? What gossip do you have? I think it's a possibility. Anything's possible in Summerwell's case, sweetheart. But like I said the other night or the other day on the live, I believe if that letter is real, I don't think it was somebody from Australia that wrote it. I believe it was somebody that was actually involved in it, that knows the personals, knows stuff about that personally.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I do. Did you catch Joe Shoe? Any of her stuff last
Uh-uh.
night?
No,
I
I didn't.
believe
Why?
Green Eyes was on her panel because
And her
they
name is
had
Joe Shoe?
Joe Shoe.
Jody Sue?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Jody
yeah.
Sue.
Uh-huh. I believe she had Green Eyes on her panel last night. The guy talked similar. I mean, everybody was red flagging it, but he also is from Louisiana.
Huh.
And Jody tried saying that she was from Georgia.
Jody Sue. I thought Jody Sue was from Florida.
Right? And there's a million places she said she was from. So, I mean, but last night in her live is what she tried saying.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of things that were red flags that well, we all know how that is, but where she would say something a while back and then something else now. So, yeah.
Yeah. May says Andrew was texting the channel creator, Amanda's boyfriend. What channel?
The MMA guy?
Yeah. Well, he's UFC guy now, but he used to be at MMA.
Yeah, now that whole thing, I don't know how often you guys watch the video of her going into the dollar store
Uh-huh.
and the van and all that. I think that white van may have been who she was either linking up with or the person that they were setting her up with. You know what I mean? Because they pulled off, and I feel like that's who was watching her. But they were watching from a distance because she stopped at McDonald's prior, allegedly.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I did see her parked next to that white
Yeah, and
van.
then she pulled up, and then they pulled kind of slowly off to make sure she was going inside, it seemed like.
Hello, Selena Dixon. Wow, I didn't think about that. What, Brookie, what do you think about that nefarious message? Do you think it was just a text to a mother to a daughter, or do you think there was something nefarious behind it? If you look at the whole message, not just the first few words.
The whole message is just awful. Very disturbing because of the simple fact that A, she waited so long to even say anything about it. And B, with that kind of money, you can go to Walmart, and she claimed she went to Walmart looking for her mom.
Right. But no,
So
I'm
she could have got
saying,
that money off there. But I don't believe it was. I mean, I honestly don't know if she actually sent it or if that was when she stopped again. I think it was her trying to reach out, and
no,
nobody
no, no,
was
no, no. It was when it was sent while she
the
was
Vin
when she
the
first
Venmo.
came. Yes, when she first came out of Family Dollar,
Uh-huh.
it was sent at 3:17 while she
Oh
was still
yeah,
sitting in front of Family Dollar.
yeah. Because she pulled off and then she pulled back and stopped again.
But it says, "They won't let me go. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
The keys in the blue pot if you need it."
Yeah, I don't
So,
think she actually sent that.
okay.
I don't
Now
think it was her.
that makes more sense. But now also, did you hear the part? Peaches, hush. Did you also hear the part where they said that the money this time, normally it came out of the mom's account, but for some reason this
It
time
was
that
it was in the stepdad's.
yeah, it came out of the stepdad's account.
But I mean, if the mom and her are married, if him and married, I mean, unless they have two separate accounts, which I know people like my stepmom and my dad do that only because of how the pay thing goes. But um, they have two accounts. One, she's got one to put her, money into, and then they have their own like to for like bills and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so unless that was the case, but I mean, the way she pulled her card out of her pocket and not out of her purse, that's a sign. And
Yeah,
I,
see
I
that.
mean,
See, I now
yeah.
okay. That's something I did want to touch on. Okay, when Steve got home because he got off work at 4:06, that's been confirmed, and he went home. He walks in. Amanda's throwing a fit, wanting him to call the law because her mom did not show up or has been gone. Whatever.
Hmm.
The purse is there with everything in it except her debit card and her driver's license. Well,
But
actually, he says the driver's license is there, but later on
and
they
and the
say,
card and the
I said
card,
the that's what I
credit
said,
card.
the debit card.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I said. But
So she could have had a credit card. I mean,
later on, the police say they found the purse that she had with her at the
scene. Yeah.
yeah. So wouldn't it, if it didn't have normal purse things in it, wouldn't they have said that?
I mean, it could have been somebody else's. So, like, my opinion of it all is it was somebody who knew them, and whoever stuff was in it was not hers. Or maybe it could have been a couple items of hers, but nothing that was, like uncommon
Yeah.
to have, like lipstick or lip gloss, eyeliner, whatever, like products like that, maybe. But I believe in some sort of because nobody actually said that Amanda was there before the stepdad, or if the stepdad was home and then she went there.
No, they did too. She was there when stepdad got home.
So
She
she was
was
already there.
she was already there when stepdad got home.
Okay. So with that being said, then that makes it even more sus because that would have gave her plenty of time to whatever happened to get back there to put all her mom's stuff there because she was the only one that went up to her mom's room to
But
find everything.
but the law enforcement found it at the crime scene. So what'd she do? Run it back down there?
No, I'm saying the stuff that was at the house.
Oh,
She
okay.
took back to the house.
Right.
Because she was the only one that went up there, and he goes, "Well, my stepdaughter found, her mom's stuff, so that was her going up there, not him."
And I hate to say this, but if you think about it, he got off at 4:06. He could have called and said, "Hey, Debbie, meet," because that was on the way to their house. Hey, meet me at this cutoff, blah blah blah, and then him deal with whatever, and then drive on home and say, "Oh, my wife's missing. I haven't seen her."
Well, and there's that part too. Though I mean, he was under the impression, I mean, grocery day. I mean, I think most people it's either grocery or laundry day on every Sunday. I mean, that's just kind of like a religion for most. So I believe that he was just going to go home and then hoping that she was either going to be there, or if she wasn't there, that he was expecting, her to be shortly after he came home,
No, honey,
knowing that he was going to be
I'm
home.
saying maybe he's responsible for her death.
The timing, I don't think so.
He got off
Because he
work
didn't actually get off until 4 something.
he
She
got off
was,
work at 4:06.
yeah, I don't think so. Because he was in the opposite direction, and that would have, I mean, really what they could do, and this is kind of, I don't know if anybody's actually thought about it, but mark mileage. I mean, everybody, I mean, from where you go from his house to wherever the stadium is or wherever he was doing parking cars at his job, that mileage, if you go from there, hit 0 onto your, travel and then go to there and then back, you can add it up pretty quick.
Right.
And I don't know. Ever since I seen that white van and how that went, I feel like that was somebody that was watching, making sure that the plan was going as planned.
Right.
But
Well,
that's my opinion.
I'm not saying that the daughter's not involved. I think she is involved.
I just don't really see the stepdad.
Except
I
for the
don't
fact
know.
that the money came out of his account.
Well, and that could have been an accident because of, the person doing the transaction.
Okay.
I mean, she could have had, either one of them or somebody else. I mean, whoever, because they don't know where it came from and they've never identified who sent it, where it was sent from.
Right.
So, I mean, you can put it on multiple devices.
Right.
And if she knew the mother's password, that's a big red flag too.
Good night, Robin. We'll see you later, hon. Email me, okay? It's all a big guessing game. I mean, we don't know what happened, and we won't know what happened until they finally tell us. It does seem.
I don't really think that there was like a love triangle like everybody else is trying to say. I don't really see that, but
oh, I didn't know that. I hadn't heard that.
Like people were saying maybe like she was, since everybody got the impression since they weren't sleeping together because he had a snoring issue. I mean, I know people who do that. Like, literally, I know people who actually do that same thing. I mean, my grandma was one of them. So she'll sleep out in the den room while my grandpa sleeps in the bedroom. So, and so it's not like it's not common, especially as like we get older. I notice that too. I mean, little things will irritate you. So, but people were trying to say that they were trying to go down that path of like her, being like on some kind of like farmer's love or something. You know what I'm saying? Like dating app or whatever and meeting somebody like that. I don't think so. I believe it has to do with either her daughter, and then for them to spend 6 hours at their apartment or whatever that they just moved into, like within 2 days, 48 hours, 72 hours, there's more to that. So there's a reason. And that's why I feel like it was kind of more them and not the stepdad. But then again, he could have helped plan everything. I don't know. There's that part.
Well, I just don't see what they would gain by knocking her off, if you know what I mean. They
insurance.
They wouldn't get it. Her husband would get it.
Right, but then that still gives her money though, because she'll sit there and milk him.
Either that,
if he's naive.
Either that, or he better be watching his back.
Well, if he's gone, then they're not going to get nothing unless it's all signed off to her son, or if he's got any kids. I don't even know if he has any kids.
I don't know. I couldn't ever even get it clear if that was her son or her ex-husband's son. So,
well, she has a son where her daughter just came from.
That's what I was saying. The brother.
No, that's her son. Yeah, that's hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I hate to cut this short, guys. I'm cutting it 15 minutes short, but my battery is literally dying on my computer because I'm sitting out on my sister's back porch. So,
yeah, it's gonna drain it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brookie. I know I just called you up. And now my stupid thing is locked up and I can't see my chat. This is ridiculous. Come on. Something is up here. I can't see my chat.
Yeah, StreamYard's been acting up. I know that much because when I tried going live, when I hit my mute for other people to talk, I couldn't even hit unmute. Like it just froze. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't get what the problem is here. Something's popped up on my screen, and it's covering like half of my screen, and it's not got any words or anything on it. It's just blank. I can't even, well, maybe I can hit the end live. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'm sorry I can't see your names to tell you all goodbye. Thank you, Brookie, for jumping up,
Oh,
and
you're
hopefully we'll
welcome.
talk
Yeah.
longer next time.
Oh, yeah.
I will talk to you guys maybe tomorrow night. We'll do another live after I get back home. And thank you for all the prayers and stuff from my brother-in-law. I will let him know, okay?
Well, prayers and strength to you and yours.
Thank you, sweetheart. Good
You're
night,
welcome.
everybody. Make sure and say prayers for all these kids and people and cases, and Lord help this world. And we'll talk to you later. Bye, hon. Oh, no. Come on. Hit the dead. That didn't work. See if this will work. There we go. End broadcast. Bye, guys.